Scheffler is making his move. Back-to-back birdies on 15 and 16, clawing back from 3 shots down with 4 holes to play. The world number 1 is doing exactly what world number 1s do. He is hunting, he is dangerous. And then it happens again. For the second straight week, Scheffler finishes second to a European. 1 week earlier at Augusta National, he came from 12 shots back over the weekend to nearly rip the Masters from Rory McIlroy's hands. He lost by 1. Now at Harbour Town, he loses in a playoff. 2 tournaments, 2 runners-up, 2 times the trophy goes to someone else. The math is becoming impossible to ignore. Here's what makes it truly uncomfortable. Scheffler led the PGA Tour in strokes gained, approach for 3 consecutive years, 2023, 2024, and 2025. His iron play was not just his superpower, it was his weapon of mass destruction. In 2026, he ranks 81st. The man who eliminated the right side of every golf course he touched is now finding the right rough more than ever. His go-to fade, that piercing surgical left-to-right shot, is leaking. And when Scheffler's irons leak, the entire machine starts to shake. The king is still standing, but for the first time in years, you can see the cracks, and Matt Fitzpatrick just walks straight through them. 12 months ago, nobody was writing Matt Fitzpatrick's name on any trophy. He was ranked 85th in the world. His putting was broken. A Golf Digest analysis clocked him losing 5.75 strokes, putting in a single week at Riviera. Pundits were asking whether the 2022 US Open champion had already peaked, whether the Sheffield kid who beat the world at Brookline was just a one-hit wonder with a hot week and a borrowed moment. The narrative was cruel, and it was loud. Fitzpatrick heard every word of it. Fast forward to April 19th, 2026. Harbour Town Golf Links, 73rd hole. Sudden death playoff against the best player on the planet. The wind is howling off Calibogue Sound. The crowd, the same crowd that spent 4 hours chanting USA down every fairway, is pulling with everything they have for Scheffler. The pressure is suffocating. Fitzpatrick stands in the 18th fairway, 204 yards from the pin, 1 swing between legacy and heartbreak. He hits a 4-iron. It cuts through the Hilton Head wind like it was never there, covers the bunker, rolls past the pin, settles 13 feet away. Scottie Scheffler, the world number 1, the most decorated player of his generation, responds with a 6-iron that drops 37 yards short of the green. The tournament is effectively over before the putts are struck. When Fitzpatrick drains the birdie, he turns to the crowd and puts his hand to his ear. Listening, savoring, answering. That is not a golf shot. That is a declaration. This win is his second in 5 weeks, following the Valspar Championship in March. 2 PGA Tour wins in 1 season for the first time in his career. He moves to world number 3, so the highest ranking of his life. He has gone from forgotten to unstoppable in the span of 1 season. And the man he had to beat to prove it was Scottie Scheffler twice in the same afternoon. After the round, a reporter asks about the hostile crowd. Fitzpatrick smiles. He says there is no better feeling than coming out on top against that. He says it is like winning away against your biggest rival. He is calm. He is measured. But make no mistake about what just happened on that 18th green. Matt Fitzpatrick just kicked the door down, and he wants everyone to know it. Statistics in golf are not dramatic. They are cold, precise, and completely indifferent to reputation. They do not care that you have 4 majors. They do not care that you have held the world number. 1 ranking for 175 weeks. They do not care about your legacy. They just tell you what is happening. And right now, what is happening to Scottie Scheffler's iron play is something nobody in professional golf saw coming. Let's talk about the numbers. In 2025, Scheffler ranked first on the PGA Tour in strokes gained, approach from over 100 yards. First, out of every professional golfer on the planet. In 2026, he ranks 119th. From over 200 yards, he went from 6th in the world to 116th. These are not minor fluctuations. This is not a bad week bleeding into the next. This is a pattern that has persisted across an entire season through multiple tournaments, multiple courses, and multiple conditions. His superpower, so the one weapon that separated him from every other elite ball striker on tour, has gone quiet. The physical evidence is everywhere. His go-to fade, that tight left-to-right piercing iron shot that used to eliminate the entire right side of every golf course he touched, is leaking. In 2025, he ranked first in right rough tendency, meaning he found the right rough less than any player on tour. In 2026, he ranks 79th. He is not missing left. He is not missing in his safe zone. He is overcutting, losing control of the shape he has built his entire game around. At the Players' Championship in March, something extraordinary happened. Scheffler shot an opening round 72, walked off the course, and spent 2 hours grinding on the range in heavy rain. Not because anyone told him to, not because his coach demanded it, because Scottie Scheffler could feel something was wrong and he could not leave the property until he tried to fix it. 2 hours, alone, in the rain. That image tells you everything about both his character and the scale of the problem. He tried to keep the door closed publicly. He told reporters his gauge is shot to shot, not week to week. He pushed back on the narrative with quiet precision. But the stats are not a narrative. They are a verdict. And right now they are saying the same uncomfortable thing that 2 consecutive runner-up finishes are saying. Something is off, and the rest of the field has noticed. Here's what the Scheffler is washed crowd is getting completely wrong. Scottie Scheffler has not collapsed. He has not fallen apart. He has not shown up to tournaments and missed cuts and gone home early with his head down. Since August 2024, he has not finished outside the top 25 in a single event. Not once. He has made 72 consecutive cuts. He has 1 win and 5 top 5 finishes in 8 starts in 2026. He came from 12 shots back at Augusta National over a weekend and nearly stole a Masters from the defending champion. He came from 7 shots back at Harbour Town and nearly stole a playoff from the hottest player on tour. That is not a washed golfer. That is a fighter running on fumes who is still finishing ahead of almost everyone. But here is what makes Scheffler truly dangerous right now. He knows exactly what is wrong. He is not confused. He is not lost. He is not the kind of player who falls into denial when the numbers turn against him. He told reporters at the Players' Championship that he is always his own biggest critic, that his standard is not set by leaderboards or rankings or outside noise. It is set by the gap between what he intends to do and what actually happens. And right now, that gap is wider than he will accept. The rain session at the Players said it louder than any press conference ever could. This is a man conducting a private war against his own ceiling. Every range session begins with a thorough check of grip and stance. Every swing is measured against an internal standard most players on tour could not even comprehend. When Scheffler doubles over after a leaked approach shot, shoulders caved, head down, that is not a tantrum. That is an argument with himself. A refusal to accept anything less than what he knows he is capable of. And history says you do not want to be standing in front of Scottie Scheffler when he finds the answer. In 2023, he ranked 162nd on tour in putting. He identified the problem, hired a specialist, and turned it into one of the best putting seasons of his career. When Scheffler fixes something, he fixes it completely. His approach play was never broken before. This is new territory. But the PGA Championship at Aronimink Golf Club in Philadelphia is coming fast. A course that rewards precision iron play